This video is part 2 of my Assassin's Creed series ranking. If you missed part 1 with the games in the series that got the last 5 places, then check out the video on your screen right now. And if you're interested in Assassin's Creed videos as a whole, then check out the channel and subscribe to help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers before the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And without further ado, let's start with the number 8 best Assassin's Creed game. Starting off with the number 8, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed 3. Full disclosure here, I made the previous list before finishing Assassin's Creed 3. Now, after beating the whole game, I do regret putting it in the 8th spot because it does have plenty of flaws. But it's not all bad because this game really did a lot to mature the series into what it is today. The story of Connor and his father Haytham is mature and complex, and it does a great job highlighting the difference between the Assassins and the Templars. I feel like the whole world of Assassin's Creed was very black and white up until Revelations, and this game took big steps into making it more grey and interesting. The Revolutionary War is a very interesting time period, made a little worse by the weird mission design, which has plenty of jank and glitches even in the remastered version. Couple that with the fact that the playable space is split into 2 city maps, 1 forest map and 1 homestead map, which makes the entire game feel like it's stitched together. But the reason that the game still somewhat deserves the 8th spot is that the gameplay is fun and surprisingly hard, both combat and parkour, which is something that the rest of the games in the series struggle with. And at the end of the day, that's what's important in a video game. If the gameplay is fun, then the rest can be forgiven. To a degree. Coming up at the number 7, it's Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The often hated AC Syndicate was truly the end of an era for the series. It had the lowest sales in any Assassin's Creed game, and it led to Ubisoft taking time off to making Origins. So the after effect can be controversial, but in my opinion they were great. The main reason that I put it right bang in the middle of the list is because it is truly a middling game. Some things are really outstanding while other things are horrible. The world of industrial London is in my opinion one of the most interesting in the series vibe-wise, and the personality of the world leaks into every part of the game. And it just makes it a lot of fun to explore and experience. And also the soundtrack is amazing. But personality is a double-edged sword in this game because the personality of most main characters, both hero and villain, is pretty forgettable. There's a lot of value in the historical characters and I do enjoy interacting with them, but they don't add enough to the game. Now when it comes to gameplay, the stealth is some of the best the series ever had, but it's very limited. I expected the game to have more tools to utilize in combat and stealth, but it really disappointed me when it comes to that, and it's basically just less tools than we had in any other game in the series. Lastly, I know that many people complained about the brawler gameplay in this game, but honestly I like it when the series tries new stuff, so I don't have a problem with it. So in the end, Syndicate is a great game with boring aspects, which drags it down to the 7th spot, even though it genuinely was capable of being in the top 5. At the number 6 spot, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the second chapter in Ezio Auditore's story. It takes what made Assassin's Creed 2 great and refines it into something even better. Set in Rome, the game introduces the Brotherhood recruit system, which remains one of the most unique and fun features in the series. Sending recruits on missions, training them and calling them in for assistance adds a new layer to both gameplay and the feeling of leading a true assassin guild. The city of Rome itself is a masterpiece with its vast open space, historical landmarks, and plenty of parkour opportunities. The world feels alive and rich with activities. From building the city to uncovering hidden treasures, unlike the fragmented maps in previous games, Rome is a single, sprawling location which helps the world feel more cohesive and immersive. Gameplay-wise, Brotherhood introduced some of the smoothest and most intuitive combat and stealth mechanics at the time. The chain kill system made combat feel more fluid, while the expanded arsenal of tools gave the players more creative ways to approach missions. The story, though not as personal as Assassin's Creed 2, keeps Ezio's character development engaging. Watching him grow into a seasoned leader of the Brotherhood while taking on the Borgia family is a satisfying continuation of his journey. But what really elevates Brotherhood is how well it balances the core pillars of the series: parkour, stealth, and combat. It might not reinvent the wheel, but it polishes everything that the fans loved about its predecessor, while adding new systems that still hold up today. That's why Brotherhood earns its spot at number 6. It's a classic Assassin's Creed experience that many fans still hold dear and will still hate me because I put it not at number 1. And at number 5, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed Rogue. This one's an underdog and honestly I think it deserves way more love. Assassin's Creed Rogue is unique for flipping the script of the Assassins and Templar conflict. You're playing as Sheikh Cormac, a former assassin turned Templar, which is already a pretty bold move for the series, and honestly, I think it's very fun. What really sets Rogue apart is how it challenges the players to see things from the Templar's perspective. The story dives into how the assassin actions can go wrong, and it gives the series a lot more nuance. Shay is a great protagonist. He is not as charismatic as Ezio or as stoic as Connor, but he's got a level of humanity that makes him very relatable and the best Templar in the series after the GOAT, Haytham of course. Gameplay wise, it's basically a mix of Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 3. You've got the naval combat, the open world exploration, and solid land missions. The setting, which takes you through North America during the 7 Years' War, feels fresh, even if the game reuses a lot of assets from Black Flag. It's split into 3 maps, 2 of them mostly center around the ship traversal with villages and towns here and there just like it was in Black Flag, and the 3rd map is New York City, which is the place where the usual parkour shenanigans happen. The whole world of the game is very elegantly laid out and feels fun to explore, with a hint of mystery and adventure that was seriously missing in Assassin's Creed 3. And that's the theme of this game. It's just Assassin's Creed 3 but done good. My biggest gripe is that the game feels too short. Just when you're getting into the groove of being a Templar, it's over. But even with its length, Rogue delivers one of the most unique experiences in the franchise, with captivating cutscenes and characters that hold up even today, in a world that's basically, like I said, Assassin's Creed 3 but done better, and that's why it lands in the 5th spot. And last for today, number 4, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed Mirage. This one is the most recent entry, and I know it hasn't been out long enough, but hear me out, Assassin's Creed Mirage feels like a love letter to the oldest school Assassin's Creed fans. Set in Baghdad during the Islamic Golden Age, this game dials it back to what made the series special in the first place. Stealth, assassinations, and dense, beautifully crafted cities. The world feels alive in a way that reminds me of the earlier games, with a vibrant market, winding alleys, and rooftops that are just begging for parkour, which is one of the problems like this game has. The parkour isn't that good. Basim is the star here. While he's not as iconic as Altair or Ezio, he's got his mysterious, complex vibe that makes him super intriguing to play as. The story does a great job of trying back to the franchise's roots while still feeling fresh. Gameplay wise, Mirage shines by keeping things simple but polished. Stealth is back in the spotlight, and the focus on close quarters combat feels intentional instead of forced. It's not as bloated as the RPG style games like Valhalla, and honestly that's a great thing. Sometimes less really is more. Sure, it doesn't have the massive scope of some other games, but that's what makes it so good. It's focused, it's tight, and it knows exactly what it needs to be. But honestly, it couldn't have hurt to give us 2 or 3 DLCs for it, but it is what it is. As it stands today, it is still one of the best Assassin's Creed games, and for me, it's easily one of the strongest entries, and it's an instant classic at the 4th spot. So that's my list for today. The games that are in the middle places, the only 3 games left, you can probably guess what they are. They're gonna be the top 3 games in the series, and that's my next video, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, and of course let me know what you think of my list up until now. If you didn't check out part 1, go ahead and do that, and let me know what you disagree with, what you agree with. Is it a good list? Is it a shitty list? Let me know everything down below, and let me know how excited you are for Assassin's Creed Shadows, because I really am. Sadly, I didn't get to play the game early, so I can talk about the other games, older games today, unlike every other guy on the internet who's talking about Shadows today, but maybe next time. For now, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, because it would really help me out, and like I said, help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers before the release of Shadows. And for everything Assassin's Creed, stay tuned, and as always, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.